Yeah, okay. What is good, family? It's your boy Dwayze Blaze. You know the name, you know the face, you know the time, you know the place. And today I'm back again with a brand new react. Okay, guys, where are the rap groupies today? I don't know, but I got the stunner shades on to block the hose. I stay 10 toes. Okay, let's go.
It's a well-known cliche in the entertainment industry that when you get the power that comes with fame, the next things to follow are money and women. It's nothing new. In fact, rock and roll was built on this concept, with stars of the past gaining a reputation for being hell-raising womanizers. But while legendary rock stars were known for their wild escapades and thousands of flings, rappers haven't exactly been left out of that conversation either. If anything, the idea of MCs living a life of love and lust is as much of a part of hip-hop as it was in rock, if not more. Back in the day, the rap icons of the past were running rampant across the world and fully embraced that women were drawn to them, leading to some of the most craziest stories of debauchery we've ever heard.
And we had Wu-Tang. Everyone's all excited, and a girl he works with is like, I'm gonna get on that bus. I'm gonna one of those guys. And he's like,
the odds are good. I mean, there's like 18 of them.
yeah.
Shout out to her.
He's like, are you sure you want to do it? And she's like, yeah. And he's like, all right. And she goes on, comes off, and she blew like the crew. She blew the entire, basically she blew the Wu-Tang clan.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Guys could be in relationships. You have no idea.
And these tales aren't just some made-up rumors. The stars of the 90s themselves are more than happy to tell you exactly what went down.
When we first started, I had my time, man. I didn't make no fucking lies about that. Now these days, you know, I got
That's a
wifey
bar.
and shit, so all that stuff is putting brakes. If you've had some success, you know, and you're still out there doing your thing, yeah, there's gonna be opportunities all day. You know what I mean? 'Cause
But I just want to say, I think that's in life in general. I don't think that's just rap. You know, I think if you're super successful in your field, in any field, bro, you're going to have the groupies. You're going to have women who throw themselves at you in any field. As long as you're successful, money, clouted, bruh, women are going to throw themselves, bruh. This is what it is.
there's just that group of girls that want to be attached to this particular dude, you know, like a trophy.
According to some people, it even basically became a sport for certain rappers like Eazy-E, whose womanizing ways ultimately led to his downfall.
They said that Eazy would give like girls, you know, groupies, like fake record deals and have them sign just so he could get them to bed.
Yo, that's some Diddy shit, though. No. Whoa. Hey, whoa.
I don't think they ever were like real contracts for aspiring girls.
Okay.
That were gonna be stars.
Eazy was a player. Yeah, he was a player. God bless him, man.
And today, women obsessed with rap culture are just as crazy as they ever been. Blatantly showing rappers how thirsty they are, with some artists proudly putting it all on display.
Get my number.
Why?
Because I want your bed. I'll suck it so fucking good. You don't even know. I'll suck it until you fucking come. I'll fight for that fucking.
But while this might
Bro, I won't lie, bro. This is one thing I've always said, right? As much as we say about these women, oh, she's such a hoe, oh, she's such a what. These are the women I love, bro. I love these women. I won't lie to you, because they're going to keep it 100. They know what they're here for, bro. They know what they're here to do. You know, they're not here for games. They're like, hey, I'm here to suck the D. And it's like, all right, cool. If that's what it is, then that's what it is. Of course, you can't be wiping her up now. But hey, bro, I'm not gonna name and shame her, bro. Let her do her thing. If she wanted to suck some D, let her do it, bruh. Let her do it, bruh. She's giving back to the community, dog. You know what I mean? Bro, let me tell you something. All you niggas out here, y'all niggas is capping, bro. Because y'all love these types of women, bro. You love these types of women, but you don't want to admit it, bro. You want to be like, oh, I want a good girl who's just at home. Yeah, you might want to marry that. But what do you want on a Friday night? You want a freak, bro. You want a freak. You want the freakiest freak in town, bro. That's what you want. You don't want no good girl that Friday night, bro. Anyway, let me keep it pushing, bro, because it's too early to get this round up.
simply be a part of the culture, something's gone wrong. These women are so prolific
Yo, what's wrong with
that
you?
they're actually famous for very little, other than being known for spending so much time in the beds of rappers. Because once they have a platform, they can make a living from telling their exploits, and somehow still wind up enticing artists with their reputations for fulfilling every man's fantasy. And today, more people are getting a bag off this than ever before. It's your boy Dwayze, and this is why hip-hop has a groupie problem. And while you may think that this epidemic began in modern
This
time,
ain't a problem. This is not a problem, bro. Problem to who? Why is this a problem? This is not a problem.
older hip-hop heads will know that this has a precedent in the 90s, where one infamous individual made a whole career from hooking up with rappers. The name Karrine Steffans is probably not a name you're familiar with, but you may know her.
Oh, I know Karrine. That just proves I'm an old nigga. I know exactly who Karrine is. Trust me.
Referenced nickname that cropped up in plenty of rap lyrics, better known as
Let me calm down,
Superhead,
man.
even if she
Let me
has
relax.
apparently objected to the nickname since the start of her career.
And I want y'all to give a round of applause for Karrine Steffans, aka Superhead. Here's here on the program.
Wait a
Super.
minute. Can I not get the
Super.
AKA? It's too early. Yo, can we
So
just-
no, that doesn't apply no more.
It's never applied to me. I've never used that.
Never.
I've never, ever, ever in my life used that. That was such a bad joke. I wish we never started that joke.
That's how you know it's real. That's how you know it's real. Why is it that deep, bruh? Oh no, it's such a bad joke. I wish we never started it like this. How could you say that about me? Nigga, you know yourself, bro. You know what you be doing. Hey, let me relax.
You know how like jokes run?
She knows what she's doing,
You
though.
was cool with this.
No! I've never introduced myself. I've never been cool.
For those
Who
not up to
introduces
speed,
themselves as Superhead? Imagine. I'm Karrine Superhead Steffans. How may I help you?
let me explain that she basically
What do you mean?
Turn left. I can't turn left.
She can't turn left, boy.
Turn left now.
She can't. Let her go straight. Yeah, man. What?
laid the blueprint for the women you see today. Over the course of her career, she was said to be acquainted with the likes of Method Man, Dr. Dre, Exhibit, Snoop Dogg, Bow Wow, Kanye West,
Bow Wow
Tony
Wow,
Yayo,
yippee yo,
Dame
yippee
Dash,
yay.
Young Berg, Keith Murray, and a whole lot more. When asked about how this happened, she outlined her mindset and
Karrine was
explained how
bad,
she
though.
ended up in relationships with so many
Karrine
different
was bad, though.
rappers.
What is it about you and entertainers?
I like creatives.
Okay.
I like creatives. I'm always drawn to people who create things because I create.
I create, girl. I make creations. Creating right now.
And I am inspired by people who create things. I love when the men in my life, because they help me create. So if I want to be inspired, sometimes if I'm having a hard time writing something, I'm just I'll go to the studio and hang out with my friends and watch them make music, and I'll start writing.
But it's fair to say that people aren't buying her use of the word creatives. So is she drawn to interior decorators, artist directors, or architects?
All
Get
kinds.
the fuck
All
out.
kinds.
She's
Oh.
drawn to people with money. I'd respect her more if she just admitted it.
Yes.
Nah, probably.
She's drawn to rich creators. There's nothing wrong with that. Hey, we all have our preferences. You know, sometimes it is what it is.
Probably not. While she may be named in rap songs, Karrine actually managed to monetize her hustle, as she wrote a series of books entitled Confessions of a Video Vixen, which is a model or actress who appears in music videos, especially hip-hop and
honey.
R&B, and is often styled to look very attractive, seductive, or glamorous.
What?
And that was just the start.
Hip-hop
Later
honey.
in her book, Karrine
Hip-hop honey
Steffans
boy.
even dishes out wild stories of encounters that she had with the Diddler, Usher, and even NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal, who, according to her, she met through a blind date.
I opened the door and it's Shaquille
Yo, this
O'Neal.
video, bro.
That's how my life works.
What happens when Shaquille walks in?
He said, the furniture is too small. Tomorrow we're gonna wire some money into your account. You'll get a big screen TV, you'll get some bigger furniture.
At that point, are you thinking, I'm gonna have to do something to get this sofa?
No, he said to me, you're my woman now, there you go.
You're gonna have to
$10,000.
bend over on that
Naturally,
sofa.
she's a controversial figure in plenty of ways, even when compared to other women who've been close to the hip-hop scene. People even objected to her describing herself as a video vixen, prompting outrage from women like Melissa Ford of the Joe Budden podcast, who are better known for appearing in the visuals for rappers' tracks than she was.
She's one of the first video vixens.
Name a video that you know of her in.
Mystical.
Isn't Melissa Ford also on some video vixenarists type shit.
Video. That's what I'm saying. I know enough. I mean, I can name a lot of videos.
Y'all please stop stepping on Mel's hate right now.
But it's not just rappers from the 90s that she found her way into the bedrooms of. During her illustrious run, she found herself carving out a unique relationship with Lil Wayne.
What's your relationship with Wayne?
Currently, we're good. Like, that's my friend. You know, I consider him a friend for life. Love him always.
But what's crazy is that rather than say she was simply a girl he messed around with, Karrine maintained that she was basically his muse and vice versa.
As an artist, as someone who has to create something out of nothing, it's important that we pair ourselves with the right people. When I was with Wayne, I wrote my best stuff. You know, I felt like when he was with me, he wrote his best stuff. When he was trying to figure out his new style, that singing thing that he started doing, he was with me on the bus singing into a remote control. Like, how does this sound? When he was starting to learn to play guitar, he was with me. I feel like certain
Yeah, but hold on. Did you stick around when that actually happened? Because if so, we might have to change this conversation. Because if you were on the bus when he wrote Prom Queen, someone needs to escort her out of the building.
Yeah, Peter Rosenberg is right, because taking credit for Rebirth of all projects is probably not as big of a flex as Karrine thought it was. However, this wasn't the only Mr. Carter in the rap game that she apparently had a little hookup with. Because according to her, after getting a role in the Hype Williams directed video to Jay-Z and Memphis Bleek's Hey Poppy, Karrine said that she had a thing with Hove, which she detailed in her book, stating that she was chauffeured away from the set, down the winding road, and closer to the shoreline. Jay and I feasted on our attraction for each other, rapidly and quickly. After just a few minutes, I lifted my head.
How do you... Wait, I've never feasted on my attraction for someone. Feasted? Actually, I have. When you chowing, you feasting. Wow.
From his lap, wiped my lips, and knew we'd made a mistake. Now, you would think that considering she was so notorious across the scene, that these MCs wouldn't want to go anywhere near her, especially if they knew there was a chance they would end up in one of her tell-all books. But Ja Rule, who was featured in many of her bestsellers, explained why people kept going back for her.
Why
That's what I would
men continue
tell
to
them
get
what I
involved
did.
with Karrine. Niggas like playing with fire, man. It's like a little kid. You tell you to listen. That right there, hot. Don't touch this hot. The little kid, what he do? Burn his motherfucking hand up. It's the same shit. Motherfuckers like playing with fire, man.
I mean, Lil Wayne seems to have had some sort of ongoing type of thing.
I don't get it, man. And she's old as shit now.
And when you think about it, that's a lesson that rappers clearly are not learning. As while most of the girls they're dealing with today wouldn't know how to open a book, let alone write one, they can certainly get in front of a podcast mic and tell stories. As for Karrine, the constant demand for more content meant that she eventually struggled to keep up, particularly as she got older and her lifestyle changed.
If we're both having sex at the same time, why am I the one being used? Why can't it be that he's being used? Seeing a
Well, that
woman
is
play
true.
a
That is true. That's a very true point. I like that she raised that because that's very true. People always look at like the woman being used. Nah. Niggas getting used too, trust. Goes both ways.
man's game and win at it was very disturbing to people. Publishers did not want me to stop, so they kept asking me to write the same book over and over again. I started a persona that nobody wanted me to finish. Yeah. She had to keep going. By the time I got to my mid-30s, I was like, guys, I've grown and my son is getting older and I can't continue to write this way. So there was a time where the persona and the person went through a little war. The person was growing and the person was learning and the person was evolving, but the persona can't.
Despite the fact that she was best known for being with rappers, Karrine kept saying that it wasn't her being used, but them. And whenever possible, she stood her ground. Such as the time when the former video vixen reflected on her appearance on the Tyra Banks show back in 2005, where she felt unfairly judged for being open about her past.
People expect me to be ashamed. And all my life, I've been expected to be ashamed of who I am. And I'm not. And I think that it bothers a lot of people that I'm not ashamed.
Amazingly, she still kept getting the bag from essentially getting bagged, something she even admitted to on an Instagram post where she said, "This book has been taught in at least 10 universities in their women/gender and hip-hop studies.
What?
I owe my lecture and teaching career to this book."
Wait,
for
what?
Karrine, she had a good sense to turn her promiscuous past into something profitable.
Wait, what is she
but
teaching?
It's not fair to say that all of those who followed her lead did the same. Just take a look at someone like Katt Stacks, often cited as the original internet rap groupie. From the outset, her life
Bro,
was
Katt Stacks didn't even look good. No hate, bro. I know I look ugly, but come on, bro. Katt Stacks. This is what niggas wanted. Nah. I can understand Karrine, but not Katt Stacks, bro. Katt Stacks look like an old young lady, bro. Nah, dog. I don't understand,
path,
bruh.
including a traumatic childhood of trafficking that led her to getting the words bottom bitch tattooed on her at the age of 16.
So who was actually the first artist that you slept with? How did you
Nah,
get
she
into
looked like a
sleeping with
crackhead,
artists?
bro.
I've been working in strip clubs since I was 10 years old.
Damn!
She don't even
First
look good,
person I
bruh.
met in Miami was actually T-Pain.
Uh-huh.
Because
T-Pain.
he's always go to Tootsie's. Then
Not
he
you, T-Pain. You hit Katt Stacks? Bro, I would hit Karrine. But not Katt Stacks, bruh. Not Katt Stacks, bro. Nah!
called Encore, and I met him there because I was a dancer there. So then after that, I started meeting up everybody.
If you're unfamiliar with her hustle, it basically revolved around her exposing the rappers she
This
slept
chick just makes
with,
me
including Lil Wayne, Nelly, Bow Wow, Soulja Boy, and
Soulja!
many others. And although she never gave an exact number, Katt, who's of Venezuelan descent, did reveal how she decided which rappers to expose and why their names ended up going public.
Do you have like a list of the number of artists that you've been with?
I've been with a lot of artists. I just haven't exposed everybody because
Expose
they
them,
still
man.
keep a good relationship with me. And like, the ones I put out there is people that's cut off, doing me wrong.
Nah, but guys, be honest down below. Like, is Katt Stacks attractive? Like, cause I don't see it. And again, guys, I'm not saying I know I ain't nothing, but bruh, what is this, dog? Aye, aye.
While she often has smoke for these individuals, she has clearly extracted a lot of joy from it. During a reflective interview with No Jumper, she said that her time with Bow Wow gave her a feeling of self-worth, but ultimately ended when she got clingy.
Who was the first rapper that you started to like date in the game?
Bow Wow.
Bow Wow. How'd you get in touch with him?
Bow
He followed me on Twitter,
I
and
see,
he lived 2 minutes away from me.
And you were like, I'm coming through.
He said to come, gave me his address.
Alright, Bow Wow, come on.
What was fucking with like an actual celebrity rapper like in that situation, as opposed to like, you know, I don't know what other kind of guys you would have been dating, but you're dating this pimp and he's out and he's driving around neighborhoods in Miami and picking up 15-year-old girls and turning them into hookers. I'm
What?
just assuming that Bow Wow's probably living a very different lifestyle. Did that occur to you? Did it seem like you were kind of, oh, I'm in this different lane. I'm dealing with actual people with money.
It made me feel beautiful.
How often do you like keep hanging out with them, or was that kind of just like a once?
Maybe like twice a month. But
Okay.
then I started being clean.
I don't
And he
want to
wasn't
laugh
into
at that, bro.
If any platform
Nah,
made
my
Katt a
energy's not
star,
right.
it was WorldStar, where her videos of exposing MCs
My
often
energy's
went
off.
live. As a result, she often got actively attacked by rappers and their entourages for exposing them, including getting smacked around by Lil Twist's aunt and her friends.
I was drunk as at Club Miami in Atlanta. I went home with Young LA and Jay Futuristic. Slept over, whatever, the next day. We hit up the studio and shit.
Jay
And Matthew had 5 G's on me, whoever the found me. And this called him up talking about, because his dumbass put on Twitter that was going to use stream or whatever. So Mazzy and then pull up in the studio with Lil Twist on and his 2 little 3 hippo hoes. And they didn't jump me, because Matthew told them to touch me and shit. He was talking about it and whatnot. But they really attacked me. It made me lie on camera and say that I apologize. and
Bro,
that's all.
just listening to her voice is annoying me. That's all I can't even hear what she's saying, bro.
Like, they really put their hands on me, though.
But over time, Katt's infamy died down. While her life was already full of hardship, things got even worse when she got caught up in a deportation battle, landing her in custody multiple times along the way. Long after her heyday, Katt has had time to reflect on her reputation and appears to have found some meaning in it.
She looks a bit better with that hairstyle. I won't lie. The bangs is not working for her. But with the hair back, like, she looks a bit better. I won't lie. I'll give her that.
Holds such weight in that regard that there's so
Buster
many people
wouldn't
that kind of look back in awe of that era that you put your stamp on in
would
hip hop history.
I guess it feels good to be kind of remembered after you die. No, so when you die, people still kind of remember me.
And now, rather than feeling spiteful towards her or judging her, most people just want her to find some harmony. Katt has literally been thrown through the mud. Her soul is hurt. I hope she finds peace.
Thrown through the mud
For
by
people
who?
like Katt, the rap
She threw
life
herself
chewed
through
her
the
up
mud.
and
Hi, boo. What should we throw through the mud? What was she doing, that one? Eva.
spat her out. But for others, they managed to harness their infamy and use it to their advantage to become a household name. If you've been around hip-hop for any length of time, I can bet you've heard of the name Amber Rose. Back in the day, she was a model.
Wait,
whose
I've never
signature
seen
shape-
Amber Rose with hair, bruh. I've never seen Amber Rose with hair.
I can bet you've heard of the name.
That's Amber Rose? Damn. But Amber do look good.
Named Amber Rose. Back in the day, she was a model whose signature shaved head look proved to be her unique selling point and gained her tons of admirers.
Yo, Amber bad
Among
too.
them was none other
Yo,
than Kanye
the
West.
thoughts of back then were bad though. Like Amber just has this aura, this energy. Like you're like, damn, this is a bad bitch. You know what I mean? These new thoughts are just. It's just starting, bro.
Who became obsessed with her after she co-starred with him in the video for Put It On with Jeezy. Before long, the two were a couple, but she denied every allegation that promoted the idea that she was out here looking for a rapper baby daddy, and that her relationship with Ye happened completely naturally.
When you go on a shoot, you're like, I'm keeping it professional.
Yes.
Is that the goal of some women, like go on these sets and maybe try to get with the guy that's...
I'm sure women do that. That's personally not me.
Mhm.
It's crazy. 'Cause he put me out to do RoboCop video because he was like, you look like a robot. I think this would be cool.
Right.
And I said, absolutely. You're Kanye West. Of course, I'll come out and shoot the video. I go to LA. We're like hanging out that night. I meet him and he's on another video set. And I'm like, okay, so what time should I be ready tomorrow morning? Is the car gonna, so I'm so used to like these.
You keeping it professional.
The other videos I've done before that. And he's like, no, just chill. We're gonna figure it out. I'll just, So I'm like, okay. So then a day goes by, then another day goes by. We're going out to dinners. We're going.
Sexy voice, bro. I can't even lie. Amber's voice. I love the way Amber Rose talks, bro. I want last, but you see, it's like professional. It's a bit thoughty, but it's professional thoughty. It's not this new lingo of this thoughts who are like, what do they say these days? The fuck? Like, bro, like, what are you saying, bro? It's.
We're going like.
You doing everything but shooting a video.
Yes. I'll be doing everything but shooting a video.
The pair ultimately dated for 2 years, with Amber being by his side for some of the most controversial moments of his entire time in the limelight. Well, at least until all the stuff that Bianca has had to put up with. But since then, things have taken a nasty turn. And Ye has persistently dissed her in a way that Amber has found it hard to bear.
So nobody really knows my side of the story. No one knows what I've been through when Kanye made his album and he talked reckless about me on his album. And then, I have people throwing things at me in the street because they're fans of Kanye's.
Kanye!
Take your time, take your time.
I'm just crying because I don't deserve to be bullied like that. I'm a nice girl, I don't bother anybody, and I keep my mouth shut because I don't want any trouble. But to be bullied through music and through stuff like that, it's not fair to me. I don't deserve that.
He was an a-hole and he was mean to me and he didn't treat me the way he was supposed to. I accepted his apology because I feel like he's remorseful for how he treated me.
Yes.
I'm just gonna keep it moving. I mean, it was a nice gesture. Do you think he wants you back? I don't care.
As Ye moved on to Kim Kardashian, he continued to go out of his way to demean Amber at a moment's notice. For instance, during his appearance on The Breakfast Club, he claimed that he literally had to be cleansed from Amber Rose's energy before he could get with Kim.
Because by the way, it's like it's very hard for a woman to want to be with someone that's with Amber Rose. So she wasn't sending nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like I had to take 30 showers before I got with Kim,
That's fucked up.
I'm sorry.
That is fucked up, though.
And clearly, that was the last straw for her.
That's crazy.
Because not long after, she
Take
began
that back,
airing out
gang.
some of her private preferences, including this infamous tweet about Kanye saying he likes his salad tossed.
You probably do. Like Diddy and all these niggas, they probably like all this
Warm
shit. bro,
Dad
right?
and his heart this
Weird
Father's Day
stuff.
with our
Because today, if you
must-have
think
winter
about it,
essentials.
Sexual encounters come easily. So the type of sexual encounters they like is this weird freaky shit because it's like to them that's like, ooh, that's crazy. To a normal nigga it's just like, yo, as long as I can get some cheeks, please Lord, just give me some cheeks somewhere. But to these niggas it's like they want to do some freaky shit, man.
Along the way, Amber Rose shut down rumors linking her to multiple men in the industry, such as Fabulous, Drake, Chris Brown, LeBron James, and more. But there was one rapper who ended up playing a way more meaningful role in her life than Ye ever did, and that was Wiz Khalifa. After Wiz was asked in an interview what girl he would be with if he could choose any in the world, he specifically named Amber Rose as the one. Soon after, Amber reached out, and it didn't take long for their connection to blossom into a full-blown romance, with the two quickly becoming inseparable.
Amber's an opportunist though. Amber don't waste time, bro. Amber will slide in quick, bruh. You say, I like Amber Rose. If I blow up, bro, I won't lie. Hey, but Amber now, she's a bit older. She's a bit older now. But maybe if I do have the luxury of ever making it alive, then hey, why not, bro? Just to say I did it. They should go see this video like, oh, is this what you said about me?
Which meant that any attempts that
Sorry,
Ye
Amber.
made to get back
Sorry.
with her were so
Okay.
irrelevant. And in her opinion, being with Wiz basically renewed her faith in men.
I want to be with Wiz for the rest of my life. Like he.
Oh.
We're not married. You're not married.
Do you believe in marriage?
I never did until I met Wiz.
With Wiz by her side, Amber
What
felt
happened?
empowered enough to withstand Ye's constant jabs. And together, they even welcomed a son by the name of Sebastian. But in 2014, everything came crashing down when she caught Wiz cheating in their own bed. Amber
Come on, Wiz. Why, Wiz? With twin sisters? The twins? Yo, Wiz, that's some player shit, though.
made it clear on Twitter that she had stayed faithful, and while the breakup hurt them both, they managed to put their son first and maintained a healthy co-parenting relationship.
How do you feel about co-parenting?
I love co-parenting, man. His mom is amazing, Amber. I love her. She's a good friend, a great partner, probably like the best ex ever, yo. Like we talk, we go through difficult situations together, we make it out of that shit together. So we have a really, really strong relationship, and we're on the same page when it comes to raising him.
After the two previous experiences, you'd imagine that she'd sworn off rappers. But she still wound up dating MGK and 21 Savage, the latter of whom she dated for 2 years, and dropped some explicit details about her infatuation with him. And for that, she even got saluted by the likes of Charlemagne for being so unapologetically herself.
Amber Rose says she likes to smell 21 Savage's underwear. Here is what she had to say.
The fuck?
I sniffed his underwear. Like where his
I just insulted the new age thoughts for always saying the fuck, and that's exactly what I said now.
balls are. Like it smells so good.
Oh my
But it has that like the smell of like the pubic hair and just like walking around throughout the day and ooh.
That's real.
Ew.
Couple of clues bombs for Amber Rose for constantly.
That is kinda
showing us
weird, bro.
At the end of the day, she's
But
just a
okay,
dirty
teach
foot
his own.
Philly chick. God
my
bless
goodness.
Amber Rose. Amber don't give a damn. You hear me?
Oh,
Salute to you, Amber. And I do the same.
I don't want you do what?
Sniff my wife's panties.
Me too, yeah.
For a little while, the pair were inseparable, and she even brought him along during her slut walk movement, causing him to get
Why are you doing
relentlessly
that?
trolled for photos like this,
Wait,
where he had
why
a
you-
sign
You know what? It's fine.
saying I'm a hoe too.
I'm not
After
even
they
gonna go.
split up, she moved outside of rappers in terms of the dating pool, instead having her second child with Alex A.E. Edwards, who is actually a Def Jam executive. But they would eventually split too, leaving her to seemingly leave love behind, as now she's dedicating her time to the MAGA life instead. And more recently, she tapped back into the fame and notoriety she got from the hip-hop world, heading out with Natalie Nunn to film Baddies Africa. For the most
Baddies
part, Amber has
Africa?
expanded beyond the life she once
What the
lived,
fuck
and is
is
now
Baddies
channeling her
Africa,
time
bro? Baddies Africa. Now I gotta do some research, man. What
and
is that?
energy elsewhere. And for Rubi Rose, she tried the same transition, going from frequent arm candy of an MC to a rapper in her own right. Born and raised in Kentucky, Rubi Rose began making a name for herself on social media before getting
Ruby
the call.
reminds me of Cape Town Hans, bro. I just feel like I'd find a Ruby Rose in CPT. Man. She just gives me CPT, exotic-y, colored black mix. That's what Ruby gives me.
The star Migos' Bad and Bougie music video. Reportedly, she had similar calls before, but she turned them down to make sure that she was given a starring role, and it's fair to say that she made it count. From that moment on, she became one of the most sought-after women in hip-hop. And by the sounds of it, she was happy to oblige as she went on a spree of dating artists. So much so that DJ Vlad sat her down during their interview and proceeded to cook her about exactly who she hooked up with and what caused lies and rumors to spread.
Well, because there are rumors
Who's better, guys? Ruby or Amber?
about you and various
Various.
famous men.
And
I'm gonna
they're
name
not true.
I'm gonna name a few.
Okay, I'll tell you which
And you
one's
could
true.
react.
Okay.
Cam Newton,
That one was weird. No, never. I've never even met him.
Travis Scott.
When I was younger. Oh wait, actually, I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't do this game.
When she was in what? When she...
I shouldn't do.
Shout out to Travis Scott, one
Shout out
of
to
the
Travis
monsters out
Goat.
there in music right now. Soulja Boy.
Fudge now. I think
Why
we'd
say
be
that
end
to
as
Soulja?
friends, but like nothing
Okay.
like freaky or crazy.
Lil Yachty.
We're friends
21 Savage.
when I was younger.
Ah!
Oh wait, is
21 hit that? Yo, 21 hit Ruby Rose. 21. Yo, 21 be hitting the baddies in the game. I won't lie, bro.
How many more are left?
No, that's it.
Okay, cool.
However, 21 and Travis weren't the only prominent artists who she was with in the past. For a little while, she was also engaged in a volatile relationship with Playboy Cardi, one which she spoke
Cardi's
openly
another
about
one.
in interviews that he'd rather didn't see the light of day.
The only interaction I've had at all with a Playboy Cardi was when we put
Yo,
out the
look at Adam, bro. Why does he look so
Rubi Rose
zoned?
interview. You guys got into an argument and he pulled out his gun.
What the hell?
Oh, I don't want to get into the.
Well, he allegedly shot off his gun.
A gun did get. Yeah,
A
but I
gun
mean,
went off.
that's what we do.
And you didn't get hit.
I did not. I'm here.
So we got the cease and desist from his lawyers, and we're like, y'all go f yourself with this.
Once that elapsed, she found herself dating none other than DDG.
Ah,
And from the
Daryl Gramber
outset, that relationship seemed to be similarly chaotic, defined by no shortage of cheating rumors and crazy moments, such as this one recalled by Zayas, where Rubi
Zayas.
basically broke into his
Zayas.
house after DDG flew out a girl to come see him. In the aftermath, Rubi Rose broke one of DDD's chains that was worth thousands of dollars.
So we just in the living room playing the video game. Then out of nowhere, bro. Boom, 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 boom. We like, what's going on? Like, you know, boom. RR, stomp in. They hadn't they wasn't on speaking terms, so like she had came unannounced. She don't say nothing. She goes straight upstairs. DDG look at us like, we like, she come downstairs with some flight tickets. Just for context, I guess DDG had flew some, little yeah or whatever, and put the thing in the trash. So she would dig through his trash and found it. So she come downstairs mad. She grabbed this big ass chain, bro. Bro, and threw that across the living room. I looked at DDG eyes, bro. That pupils was dilated, bro.
However, even after all of that, they still managed to make up afterwards.
So we calmed them down. Everybody's cool, everybody chilling. And we turned into therapists, bro. And they was talking shit. She was popping her shit, he was popping his shit, yeah. They was like, it's like they was having a who can put who down battle. Yeah. These niggas they talking to us like, but he did this, she did that. They ended up making up, bro.
Then, when things went wrong between them, DDG spoke about the extent of her love on a track where he looked to shame her for being promiscuous in the past.
And I think she said something about you, like, said, oh, like my next guy's gonna be taller or something. Then my next girl's not gonna have 60 bodies.
Yo, look at Daryl's face, bro.
Bodies thing, or
you know he was pissed about that.
You were just talking shit.
Nah, it was just a little back and forth shit, regular shit.
Amid all of this personal drama, Rubi has kept it
Doesn't
pushing,
like
beginning
this,
a
like, what?
career as a rapper which has led to collaborations with high-profile stars. At the same time, she has acknowledged how lusted after she is by locking in on OnlyFans. Recently, she made headlines after it was reported that her #1 fan has paid her $62,000 in 1 year. But all of this fame and fortune has come at a price for Rubi. In interviews, she has spoken up about struggles with her love life due to her notoriety.
So how does a girl like you go on dates and cultivate a relationship? You said you want to get married.
Mhm.
Can these things happen given the insane lifestyle that you're living?
I'm not gonna lie, it's really hard to date. Like I was just telling my friends, like going to cause going to a nigga's house is like, it's just already too intimate. But then like going like to like the movies or going to eat, like people will take a picture and then assume that y'all are f***ing with each other. So it's just like,
Tough.
it's a little tough.
But while her relationships with rappers and even comedians have failed, she still maintains that she draws the line at white dudes.
I have never and will never touch pink dick. I love all races though. Is that racist against pink?
No, it's not. And actually I have a confession. My first kiss was a man of Caucasian descent.
Of
And I
Caucasian
didn't hook
descent.
up, and he
Did you hear that? Of Caucasian descent.
was white. But since then,
Caucasian.
I have never done that.
But while Rubi has yet to find another partner, the same cannot be said for Brittany Renner, a high-profile
I would lie,
influencer
bro.
and
I ain't
fitness
gonna lie.
model.
If I was in the grave, Brittany Renner would be my weakness, bro. Just the way she looks. It's like, it's not saying that she's hotter than everyone else. It's her look. There's some looks you're just attracted to. Like, there's just some hands just look like what you like to look at. You know what I mean? She might not be the hottest, but she's like, you know what? I like that. I like it, man. I can't lie. You know what I'm saying? She falls under that category where I just can't help. I'll be like, I like how she look. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Brittany made a name for herself on social media as a sought-after woman, one who has led men like Kodak Black to actively lust after her in full view of cameras.
I like to drink what I like to drink, and you can give me what I like to drink.
You gonna drink me, so you drinking yak?
You want me to drink you.
You gonna be drinking yak anyway.
You want me to drink you.
I drink you.
I know you drink me, but I don't drink yet.
Yo, look at Kodak's face. Yo, Brittany, yo, this is Imagine rizzing up Kodak. Yo,
Anyway,
Kodak is crazy,
Brittany Renner,
man.
Kodak Black. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Over the years, she has assembled an extensive
Yo, you know Kodak definitely cracked that same night. What the hell was that? Thank you. What the fuck was that?
of rappers and basketball players, the size of which had even a freak like Shannon Sharp panting.
Because my dating pool is impressive, expansive, I've had sex with 35 guys.
What was
Okay.
that? Thank you. No, thank you.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, what the hell?
Impressive isn't the word.
Particularly after she revealed 3 of them occurred in one day.
There was a video that I did in my car where I was talking about how I had sex with, was it 3 men and...
Okay, you see this look of Brittany Renner, like, I don't know, this, you know what, it's whatever.
And then I ended up getting
I'm
a
not gonna
yeast
try to
infection.
yeah.
That was, I came out pretty unscathed for just a yeast infection.
Although not confirmed, there are rumors that she had a thing with none other than the sex god Drake, as they were spotted out together plenty of times over the years. But one rapper we know for a fact that she was embroiled in
She
a
was in love with
relationship with was none other than Lil Uzi Vert. Sadly, the bond did not last, with Renner insisting it wasn't all that serious.
I mean, you've spent time with the GOAT,
Who's the goat?
Who is the goat?
Lil Uzi.
Oh my god.
She doesn't even call him Lil Uzi. She calls him by his
Samir.
real. Yeah.
You were never in love with Lil Uzi?
Of course I love him, he's cute, he's fun, he's nice. Like, I mean, what's not to love about
Not
Uzi?
that kind of love. We all love him that way.
I haven't been in love in years, so I haven't met
cold.
that guy.
Once on
A
the
cold
rebound,
soul.
she dipped back into the pool of professional athletes and wound up having a kid with basketball star PJ
When
Washington,
Brittany has the
leading to a
curly hair
chaotic
thingy going on.
relationship that Brittany admitted to acting out with during interviews.
I will air this bitch the fuck out. Delete the fucking tweet. You are a fucking psycho fucking path liar hypocrite. Delete the fucking tweet or I will fucking drag you, bitch.
I don't recognize that woman in the voice text. I don't recognize. Thank you, mother.
Since then, Brittany
you,
continued
mother.
to make her living from social media, and it resulted in plenty of ridiculous moments, including one very strange
cracked
encounter
you.
with Charleston White.
Of a persona, an online persona, a scapegoat.
Yo, what's wrong with Charleston? He's in a trance.
Whereas Miss Renner
Oh
doesn't
shit,
have
what
same
the
luxury.
fuck?
She is who she is.
Yo, what's
And,
Brittany
we're
on?
gonna try to do this. We're gonna try to.
Wait, what's
We in
happening?
Miami right now. I need some music, baby. Can I get some motherfucking music?
Wait, what
Although
type
she's
of
not-
hoery is this, bro? This is live on a podcast, Brittany.
Never formally said it, this seemed to be her rock bottom. As soon, Brittany was about to repent her old ways. Cause while she's still dating rappers, things have taken an abrupt U-turn. These days, Brittany is dating Kevin Gates,
God.
a satiation which they seem to manifest when you consider the flirty videos that surfaced when they were younger.
Oh my god.
Hi.
But imagine these two just having a conversation together. Like, yo.
How you feeling?
Brittany, bro.
Amazing. Hey, thank you. Hey, this I don't care if you get this on camera. I just want to say thank you
Britney Spears and Kevin Federline.
for being an amazing person, always living in your truth. You inspire others silently. They probably don't want to admit it, but you know, you inspire me. Thank you so much.
Since then, she's converted to Islam and is now living a normal, idyllic life with Kevin.
You can make this left right here, baby. Very wholesome.
Kevin, what is wrong with you, bro? You know what? It's fine.
Oh my God, grocery shopping. I love this for us. You know, we just doing wholesome. Baby, this is very wholesome, regular activity.
However, this hasn't come without its issues, because as it turns out, making money has proven to be difficult, especially when she's best for being known as an IG thought.
First of all, Allahu Akbar. I've gone through a lot of changes internally, and as a result, my outer world has completely crumbled. If I have no idea where I'm going to live or how I'm going to provide for my son, the facade is fading, alhamdulillah. And I'm at a place where I don't want anything that doesn't have my name on it.
Bro, why do these hands always like turn to this or turn to spirituality so strongly. Like, I never get it, because before they're thoughtizing the streets, they're going crazy. And then like 5 years, 6 years later, they're on some hamdalala, like, bro, we still know you. It's still you. Anyway, let me not judge, bro. Lord, I'm sorry.
And when she took it to IG, it's fair to say that she received little to no sympathy. $5K a month child support. You crying to the wrong tax bracket, girl. Bye. UPS is hiring. For Renner, it seems like there's a path of redemption that she's intent on going on. But some people seem beyond salvation, and if there's a prime example of that, it's Celina Powell. Today, she's a prominent online figure, but back then, she gained prominence when she faked a pregnancy from Offset.
But Celina got the bag,
who got hurt in the process.
A bad experience we made up with Offset.
Okay, you made up with him.
Yeah.
Isn't it it's kind of amazing that you weren't the one to call him out and get his whole relationship fucked up?
You know, Cardi, like, she messaged me and shit, you know that, right? You know, I had
What'd she say?
CEO
She couldn't even
or
talk
whatever
properly.
of Atlantic
No,
Records
Cardi,
calling me, telling me I need to delete that shit. I had lawyers reach out to me telling me I needed to chill out. I've had
Why didn't you just actually listen to him?
money, because I didn't feel like it. Anyway, I didn't tell everybody I was faking the pregnancy because I didn't want to ruin Academics' credibility.
After that initial run of infamy, she unveiled a whole host of
That's why I
tales.
just look like a plastic scuffed.
Including various times which involved married men.
I was with Fetty Wap
She
and
don't even
Waka
look real.
Flocka.
And you look like
Waka
they built
Flocka
her.
while he was with Tammy.
Built the
And
body.
you had a conversation with Tammy.
Yes.
And gave her the
I told
receipt.
Yeah, I gave her the receipts and everything. And I didn't know celebrities like f- you and like don't talk to you after.
How long did you and Offset fuck around though?
Now, what you mean you didn't know that, man? Like, what?
Was it?
That was it?
Girl, that was it. He hated me.
It was Snoop Dogg in the video, and he was snorting lines off of your chest.
And I FaceTimed him. He answered with his full face on the camera.
Now, he was very married at the time.
I found out he was married when he flew me out for the BET Awards, and on stage he's thanking his wife. I'm like,
She acts as if that wouldn't have only required a Google search to find out.
You know
Along the
Celina
way,
can't use
she
no
also
Google, bruh. You know Celina can't even use no Google, dog. Come on.
had plenty of praise for Young Thug.
I remember good dick. That's why I could tell you. I could.
Okay, good.
Yeah, Young Thug, #1.
And as much as she had
Number
kind
one.
things to say about Thugger, she
Big
also
slap.
had a similar level of
Big
shade for
slatty.
Academics, who she claims was essentially a simp for her.
Now, Academics. I seen him like in a tape online, and his belly is really huge. It's hairy. His kind of small, and he had to stay close.
Kinda.
Damn,
So
she
small.
ate it. Damn. Is that Tasha K?
Literally the smallest thing ever. Oh my god, so mad that I just him too.
How long were y'all together? Cause y'all was like in a relationship.
Bro, he's gonna deny being with me, but like that man would literally have a fucking heart attack if he ever saw me with anybody else. He would always call me, always text me, like
Yeah,
always
Ack
make sure I'm
was
good.
low-key loving Celina. He tries to play it off like he wasn't. Nigga was low-key loving Celina, bro. It's like he was, you know that thing when you're fighting, like you fall for a hand, but you don't want to believe you fell for it. You want to, nah, dog, I don't like her like that. But deep down, you know, bruh. Yo, if you see her with another nigga, you'll be triggered, dog. You'll be triggered, dog.
He's told me he loved me. He's in love with me. Like I've slept with him like overnight. We've cried together.
We've cried together.
Babe, like we've cried together.
Yeah, I believe Celina. I won't even lie to you. In this situation, I believe her, bro. In this one, I believe her. Ack be cracked. You know, because Ack be getting faded as fuck, bro. So, you know, she probably do some shit. Then he's like, oh, I don't want you to do this. She's like, no, Ack will never do it.
Their time together was chaotic to say the least, even leading to the infamous tale of when Tekashi 6ix9ine blatantly cucked Ack, borrowing Celina in the same way that you would ask your homie for a lighter.
You never spent 6ix9ine either?
No, I f***ed the shit out of him.
She proud, bro.
Actually, I fucked him in Brenna Bay Gay.
You what?
I fucked him in Brenna Bay Gay.
Wait, so is this like an academics cuck thing where he like gets off on watching that?
Not in like literally in front. Like 6ix9ine was going through my phone and he saw a video of me sucking dick and he was like, yo, I need this. He was like, AK, get out.
And what Ack said?
AK looked at me and he was like, I was like,
Over the years,
Damn.
Celina's antics have garnered her
That's
disgust of basically anyone who encounters them online, with some viewing her as an indictment of an entire generation of women. This woman really thinks she's about something, proud in fact. I can't believe she's sitting there talking about this like she's so proud of herself. Absolutely sickening. Yet, much as rappers still flocked to Superhead back in the day, there are still artists willing to subject
prime time fine, bro.
themselves to the potential danger of getting trapped with Celina for life. And at the moment, she's got YBN Namir in the crosshairs, and he's seemingly got her pregnant. To no one's surprise, this has been a source of infinite clowning. I ain't think bro could do worse than Soul Train. Having a child with everybody's former side chick is crazy. Bro unlocked a new level of rock
Why
bottom.
would you bust on Celina, dog? Are you crazy?
And clearly, it's not a situation he thought through. Just look at how he reacted when he found out about her past with a prominent adult star who is known to have herpes.
Who had 50 dicks in their mouth?
The girl you was kissing on Instagram.
The girl I was kissing on Instagram.
I just want to know if she really.
Bro, Namia, it's like, when I look at Namia, I have so much disappointment in my heart. Like, I have so much disappointment, bro. Like, bro, I don't know. It's just like, I'm just, this.
Gucci third leg.
Boy, ask her about Gucci third leg.
Nah, I'm on live. You ain't never say that. You ain't never say that, bro. You ain't never say that. Don't scare me like that. What? So I'm fourth leg?
Although they
Bro,
think it's
I was
fun
about
at
to
the
skip.
time,
I'm like, what are
getting
y'all
into
talking
situations like this is ultimately enough to tarnish a rapper's reputation. And beyond that, it also created an entire hustle for people who haven't really done enough to merit the notoriety they have. So how about we just stop making dumb people famous?
I've done
Seriously,
enough, bro.
it's an epidemic at this point.
Oh, is that how the video ends? Just like that? Just like that? Just straight like that? Alright, guys. Yeah, guys. I mean, bro, I have nothing really to say about anything, bruh. You know? All I'm gonna say is, guys, if you... I just said I have nothing to say, but I do have something to say. If you make it in this rap game, just condomize before you fuggerize, please, bruh. That's all I'm saying. Like, don't let people try and shame you. That's what I'm gonna say. Don't let people try and say, oh, she's a hoe. As long as you don't wife her up or impregnate her, you're good to go, bruh. As long as you're bad, dog. Like, I don't make the rules. That's my excuse for everything these days. But now, for real though, like, enjoy, bruh. Enjoy it, bruh. If you're spiritual, then that's another story. You know? But I would say that just protect yourself, man. And don't let these hands finesse you, bro. Don't let them finesse you out of the bag. Don't let them finesse you out your position. On some real shit, be careful, bro. Because a lot of these hands, bro, they're moving crazy out here, bro. They'll get you caught up in situations. You won't even realize what's going on, dog. I'm telling you, bro. You know? You think it's sweet. And it's especially these baddies, bro. You think these baddies is just at home, sweet and innocent. Well, you don't even know, bro. You don't even know the half of it, bro. This was just, these are just the baddies who are loud and proud, bro, about thoughting. But anyway.
Let's go. So here we go.
Who
I
that?
have it here.